Hello, and welcome to a series where I'll be showcasing every puppet from the Tippy Battle Hub server community ranking that are rated at least 2.5 points greater than the average. This series serves not only as a way for me to showcase puppets I like, but I also want to come up with interesting ways to give said puppets a pivotal role on their respective teams. As a result, there were 20 puppets that fit the criteria I set for myself. This time, I'll be discussing a personal favorite of mine in Extra Suika. Starting with the moveset, she's a 120 cost puppet, so it's going to be pretty lacking in some regards. Mainly, she has literally negative coverage besides Gigantic and Gravity Blast, neither of which really solve her main fundamental problem, being that she can't hit water types for anything. She also has no really useful status moves. She's not really the puppet you would like to run Mind Trap on. Strenuous Stance is useless in any real set, or any set I'm going to run. Racing Earth doesn't really work in a competitive landscape, and all her other ones are either not suitable for her, as in you'd rather other puppets carry that load, like Thermit. I probably wouldn't put Thermit on her, to be honest with you. Her typing itself isn't the most unique one out there. Firewater is home to 3 other puppets besides her, none of which are really that prevalent in the competitive scene. Defensively, her typing is pretty middle of the road. It has 3 resistances and 3 weaknesses, so it's not as if she gives you some edge in regards to building a strong defensive core. That's just not really her. Offensively, I feel exactly the same way. Based on its stat moves, it only has 4 total types it's super effective against. On the other hand, it has 6 total types that is not effective against, and 2 of that is just because it cannot hit water for shit. Her abilities are pretty solid. They're both usable enough. I think Imposing Stance is better for reasons I'll get into in a second. Imposing Stance prevents damage from anything but attacking moves, and Final Form increases the damage of stab moves when below 1/3 health. Okay, I know it feels like I've been dogging on this puppet, but here's where we get a little turnaround. Remember its moveset that I said was completely lacking and almost useless? There are 2 moves that completely make or break this puppet, and those moves are Aqua Cannon and Phoenix Waltz. These are the only moves in the game that calculate as follows. If the user is at full HP, the power of the skill is 150, and will decrease as HP decreases. Extra Suika is the only puppet in the game that has access to both of these moves as a stab. So basically, as long as she's at full health, she has free use of 2 150 base power moves, in addition to being stabbed without any caveat besides being at full health, of course. The only type that resists both of these is water, and let me be the first to tell you that there are not many puppets that would take what would most likely, unless it's water, be a neutral 150 base power move with stab from a 120 spread attacking puppet. Pair this with Opposing Stance, and now you don't have to worry about traps taking you down from full health on switch-ins. And finally, the cherry on top is if you run Choice Belt, you'll most likely never fear a puppet preventing you from getting at least one of these moves off. That is what makes Extra Suika a real potential threat in terms of straight power. She's up there with some of the best puppets in the game for sweeping without setup, in my opinion. Okay, that last part was a little long-winded. Let's get into team building. Alright, this is a team preview. I'm going to make it real short and sweet. This is a team preview. Let's do it. Alright, first puppet. The one that... Why the hell isn't that moving? Oh, that's why I'm an idiot. Okay. The ringer with his team, Suika. So, Firewater, obviously. Choice Belt because I need it, right? I need it. So, on top of that, boom. Max spread attack, max speed, Imposing Stance. I thought about using Final Form, but honestly, because I'm using Aqua Cannon and Phoenix Waltz, which I'll get into in just a second, obviously I should just use Imposing Stance, so in case I get hit by a trap or anything, I'm not taking damage from that, right? So, quick, going over the moves. Aqua Cannon, power decreases and not on full HP, which is why, in any team I make, Suika will go out first. She goes out first every team. She's the lead. She's absolutely the lead. Will it work all the time? No. But I figured if you pair her up with a couple of other lead options, she could possibly be a little bit of a surprise for the opponent. So, boom. Aqua Cannon, Phoenix Waltz, same thing. There's literally almost 0 puppets that could tank both of these, that resist both of these. The only ones that I do imagine are like any puppets with like grace of water and benefit of fire, and they just might resist the other one. But that's a little bit rare. There might be like 3 puppets. The first one I thought of was for that was Pyokina, but I doubt she's gonna show up sometimes, all the time. So boom, gigantic coverage. I don't really need it, but I have it. That's right, I have it. Gravity Blast, cool. In case, I do get hurt and gigantic won't work, Gravity Blast will probably do a little bit of damage. Enough. Boom. That's the East League set. Next, A Cassin, boom. Absorbent. Battle Mania isn't great. So, max out focus defense, max out HP. The set was a little funky because I also have Pisaki, so I was thinking about it. Do I even need to have a fighting move on you? And the answer, hold on. The answer, I just thought about it. The answer is no. The answer is no. Hold on. Instead, you can have Smash Spin. You can have Smash Spin instead. Sure, you can have Smash Spin instead. Okay, back to the set. First Aid, Starving Spirit. Cool. Smash Spin, get the traps out. And Drought is decent. Is decent enough. This is a good puppet. Good enough. Once again, I have to try and build out that defensive core around Suika, so she won't be absolutely as bad. Not even bad, but like just ground move, boom. Put gas in it, right? That's puppet. P Marissa. So I had to redo the set because originally I had this Marissa for my Duststorm team with her other ability, which is it Sand Force? I don't remember what it is. I don't care. So instead of doing that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run Collective Maniac, because I've never even run that in my life, with Obsidian, which is the one that increases the damage dealt by dark moves, right? So what I do is I chain that with max focus attack and max speed. So ideally, I use Obsidian, that gets taken up, and then I take whatever item the opponent has, just because. Just because, honestly. That could actually do like a little bit of damage. It was either around the Collective Maniac set, or I was to do a Straw Doll set. Once again, I don't have Duststorm, so it kind of defeats the purpose. I really want the Hell Island to be taken up, and then I get to replace it with the other one. It doesn't have to be an actual good item. It just has to like take an item away from the opponent that could otherwise be useful. So moves, it's something, you know. Changeling is always gonna be pretty useful. Evil Crushing Arrow is good, it's nice enough. Shooting Press, obviously that's good coverage. Panic Call, once again, remove the item. Okay, right. Pretty simple set. Now this one is a little bit less directional because like, okay, EI is gonna be damn near the fastest puppet on his team. Almost. Give her intuition so I don't get hit by priority, right? I don't want to be weak to ground for obvious reasons. So boom, have another person with an immunity to it, right? He's also not weak to electric for real. So boom, max speed, max HP, intuition. The moves, honestly, could be a little bit better. I'm running Smash Spin on you as well because I'm not trying to do with traps, obviously. With lightning speed, enough. Perch, Winds God's Grace. Winds God's Grace, actually, I'm not exactly sure how useful that would be, but the alternative is, Brave Song. Not feeling it. Backdraft, I don't need that coverage, really. Shocking Wave actually could be pretty cool. Right, but honestly, I would just run Confine because I don't need this 85% accurate move on my squad, right? I don't need that shit. So honestly, instead, I could. You don't learn Confine, do you? Okay, you do. I'm just blind. I'd go ahead, throw Confine on there, because why not? Maybe I can use it. Cool enough. Boom. Peace Akia. I don't use this puppet often, right? At all. So, interesting enough, I'm going to try and run Strategist instead of the other one. I forgot the other ability you have. What is it? I'm going to take a guess. It's not, well, I don't know. It's Nimble. I thought about using Nimble. You know, you can just, run Nimble. You run, what is it called? Forgot the item that increases void damage. I think it's, I would say like quartz or something. I might as well just know in case. It's diamond. Yeah, it's diamond. Okay. Thought about, oh, run a diamond set and then like, boom, now you run raid. Now you have your speeds doubled. But once again, the whole point of the puppet showcase, let me show off this specific puppet. So I gave most other puppets little ancillary roles, like, okay, Yap Strategist, you could do some damage with raid, considering strategist. Of course, I gave you some priority. I gave you the Ripper, instead of a normal, because obviously it's 60 base power and below, so that is going to be 90 with the chance to crit. The accuracy, please don't miss. Density Sword, cool enough. You don't get access to Reckless Dive or Exploding Fists. Cool, I don't care. Golden Hairpin, be a little bit of a wall, and we'll be okay, right? We'll be okay. I did also realize that y'all are kind of weak to sound, but that's fine because you basically kill sound, so I don't care. And you don't really have to deal with sound, not really. I'll be okay. You know what? I'll be okay, right? I'll be fine. And then boom, another ancillary piece. Somebody who I can get food rations to. Somebody who could just come in, do some damage. Survive a little bit. Not a tank. A little beefy. Some utility. Actually, no utility. She's just in it for herself. Acacia. So just run niche. So when I use that Micro Dance, it's gonna do 1,000,000 damage. Grace of Mana, Waves of Earth, Ultra High Tone. That's good enough coverage. Max out spread attack, max out HP, ball out, right? That's pretty much the whole team. I said, instead of me having a bunch of moving pieces, all to support a puppet that will not support any other puppet, right? Instead, let Suika be Suika, and then I just have safe switch-ins for when something bad happens. Like I run into, not even a ground type. There's like a water type first thing. Boom. Which is a water type. You switch and you go to Aya. Boom. If there's a ground type, you can go to either a Cassin or you can go to Aya, obviously, right? Boom. If there's a poison type, Pisahia, right? Right. And probably Cassin can probably do something with that, right? And really, that's pretty much it. You just have to give Suika the pivots that she needs to not be completely useless out there. And then she can do what she can do her damage, right? But though, one thing you'll find out, the minute you can read her once, you'll read her for the rest of the time, right? Like if somebody knows the set I'm running, which I always run this set when I use this puppet. Though I don't use it that often, but I used to use it a lot. If you know I'm running the choice belt set, you'll immediately just switch into somebody who can handle whatever I'm about to throw out. Because the minute I click a move, I'm automatically revealing that I'm faster, right? Because of choice belt. So it'll be a problem getting that to work all the time. And at that point, just letting all the puppets on his team cook. I obviously have egregious focus attack for a reason, because I want easily could not just be completely just on my only form of offense, especially because she's a spread attacker, so I need that on her. And also gave P Acacia. This team just has a lot of like egregious attackers, and then just two really good defensive puppets that could really pivot on a lot of things and have good defensive synergy. In my opinion, I mean, they don't really have many of the same weaknesses I don't think. I'm trying to think of one weakness they both share. Not dark, not light. You can't even take damage from light. Not sound, not wind, not nether, not steel. Yeah, they have good defensive utility. So ideally, should be pretty good switching solidly for any of those 4 egregious attackers, right? And we just ball out. No stat, not really too much status. I mean, obviously I'm running drought. I'm running drought. I'm running confine. But let's be honest. This team, it's not slow. It's not slow. It's not fast. Literally, if you like make like a little sheet and compare the stats, you're 90 speed. You're about 80-ish. I think you're about 80-ish. I'm probably doing this wrong. You might be like 100 and like 110, some shit. You're like 100, and then you're like nothing. You're literally nothing, and then you're like 90. I'll probably put up like a little sheet that like shows that their speeds are pretty middle of the road. Besides you obviously being really slow. So I had to think about it. Instead of me running Wind's God's Grace, which will inevitably be a turn wasted, to be honest, instead of running that, I'll just run Confine, so I could just go case by case. Oh, this puppet's really fast. It can really do some damage, especially like sound types. Confine, and that'll be pretty much all I use for that. No food protect, no field barrier. I wasn't really feeling any of that. Not too much recovery. I mean, 3 of my puppets have recovery, but that's it. A lot of these guys, I'm just saying, oh, go there, click a move, and just ball out. I don't really mention abilities, but of course, casting has counter bit. It has reflect bit, kind of just a little bit, you know, because follow along that synergy, make that work. Of course, like I said, with golden hairband, food rations, and then you have your click the maniac shit, and then yeah, choice belt. Just a relatively quick team preview. It was still 14 minutes long. It was still 14 minutes long, but that's fine, right? Yeah, we're gonna ball out with this team. Hopefully. Hopefully. EIL, lead me to victory. Lead me to victory. Fucking E-Racing. Okay. What's your coverage like? AKA, do I have to care about you? Let's see that coverage, buddy. You are not running Clearing Mist. I refuse to believe it. Skilled hand and precise aim. Well, wowzers. Confine. What the oh shit. Please. Please. Now this is more like, is that DLE? Oh, I'm about to nuke up. Come here. First taste. Oh, it was a crit. Well, a crit didn't matter because this thing has 80 split def. It was cooked anyways. Oh, this thing. Oh, peep this. Actually, yeah, peep this. Hold on. What if I click? Actually, I wonder. Okay, because D3 got 105 speed. Oh yeah, I got it. I know. I'm gonna switch to this. I just stumbled over every single word I tried to say, but yeah. Get in the game. E.T. bird, E.T. bird. Oh. That's a changeling. Yeah, it's a changeling. Boy smoke. Bad. Yeah, it's not doing anything. And I stole food rations. See, I told you, I told you. Okay, is D Saron? What are you? Where are you? You know it would work really good here. Maybe. What if I just click Aqua Cannon again? Oh, you're faster than me. I think that's actually smart. Jesus Christ! I got 2 crits. Oh, this doesn't feel like a fair game. What the fuck? I'm not showing off the power, I'm showing off the luck. Man. Alright. But there's a PvC. I dare you to use poison. I dare you. I dare you. Yeah. It's like this. I really want to show off like the team as a whole. I'm just gonna go for a raid. I'm gonna go for raid. Never mind. I'm not going for raid. P medicine, huh? P medicine, huh? P medicine, huh? Also just straight up poison. Obviously you have some coverage I'm not familiar with, because you switch from a poison type to another poison type who's almost just as not good. Oh, from 80, I could probably just. You have a sound move? You have anything? Obviously you're running poison body, right? After I'm considering it. I'm gonna get my bewitching pollen. Thing is, I'm slower, right? But like, you don't have. This is about to go bad, but I'm gonna go with. I'll just go with the Ripper. I'm unfamiliar. I'm unfamiliar with this game. Zombie. Oh shit. I mean. Oh. I mean, that shouldn't kill. It's not. No. Well, I already know what your physical defense is. It's really bad. It's really bad. Like, it's really bad. Yeah, it's over. It's over. Yeah, it's over. Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty good showcase, I guess.